Hello everyone, and today we'll solve May 2026 second mock test paper which was just released today. So in this video we'll solve first 20 questions and then next 20 questions and so on. So before we start, as usual, some simple rules. First, try the paper by yourself and then watch this video so that it will help you more. The video will be in simple English so that everyone can understand. Be ready with your calculators. And I'll tell you tricks to solve the questions fast. For detailed concept videos, I have uploaded the entire batch on the channel already, so you can definitely go through it. And before we start, I've launched an app for solving MCQs. More than 2000 MCQs are available along with two full-sized tests of 100 marks, and I'll keep adding more and more MCQs, and I also add tests regularly to this app. So do check it out in the description. So let's start with the MTP. First 20 questions. Salaries of Ravi and Suneet are in the ratio 2:3. If salary of each is increased by 4,000, the new ratio becomes 40:57. What is Suneet's present salary? Okay, let's assume 2x and 3x. They are saying each is increased by 4,000, so plus 4,000. And this new ratio becomes 40:57. We'll have to solve this because there is no shortcut right now, right? Fine. So let's take that 57 to left hand side. So 57 into 2 is 114x plus 57 into 4,000 is 2,28,000 is equal to 40 into 3 is 120x plus 40 into 4,000 is 1,60,000. Let's rearrange this. Okay, let's rearrange this so that on the right hand, on one side we'll have 6x on the right hand side, and let's take that 1,60,000 to left hand side. So 228,000 minus 1,60,000, that is 68,000. So that means x is equal to 68,000 by 6, which is 11333.3 recurring. Right? They're asking what is Suneet's present salary. So present salary will be this 3x, right? So 11333, you already have it on calculator. Multiplied by 3 is 34,000. Option D is the correct answer. Okay, I'll just take my video. Yeah, so now the screen will be visible to you. Second, so let me make it a bit small. Done. Second, the price of scooter and moped are in the ratio 7:9. The price of moped is 16,000 more than that of scooter. The price of moped is, okay, so if we assume the prices as 7x and 9x, then we know that price of moped is 16,000 more. That means 9x minus 7x is 16,000, right? So that means 2x is 16,000. That means x is equal to 8,000. If x is 8,000, then price of moped will be 8,000 into 9, which is 72,000. Option A. Question 3. 1/2. Okay, in mock test paper, questions are arranged by chapters. In actual exam, that is not going to be the case. Questions will be random. So remember that. So 1/2 log 25 to base 10 and something. So if you observe, everywhere base is 10. So we don't need to change the base. So let's simplify that first. Half into log of 25 can be written as 5 square minus 2 into log of 3 plus log of 18. Can I write log of 18 as, for now let's keep it as it is. Fine. So this 2 I can take it outside, so that it will be 2 into 1/2, so 1, so it will be cancelled. So we have log 5 minus, I can take this 2 here, so it will become log of 3 raised to 2, which is 9, plus log of 18. So we can just convert this using basic properties of log. So 5 divided by 9 multiplied by 18, because 18 is added, 5 is added, 9 is subtracted, right? So we can just simplify this. 5 into 2 is 10, log 10 to base 10 is 1. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, fine. Question 4. So whenever you see a complicated question where base is different, the first thing to do is change the base. Now we can observe that here everywhere it is xyz. So we can just change the base to xyz. So if you think about first term, it will be 1 upon log of xyz divided by log of xy. Let's say both to the base xyz. Okay. Log xyz to base xyz is what? 1. That means this is just log of xy to the base xyz. So similarly, we can now add all the terms. So this will be just log of y into z to base xyz plus log of x into z to the base xyz. So if we are adding 3 logs, that means we can just multiply the terms. So it will be log of xy into y into z, so y square x square z square to the base xyz. So I can just write that square outside like this, and then I can just take that 2 here, right? That means log xyz to base xyz, which is 1. So what is remaining is just 2, which is option D. Okay, next. Roots of the equation x cube plus 9x square and something, right? It is a cubic equation, but options are all different, so you don't actually need to solve it. You can just go by options, which is the easiest way. Let's see if 1 works. Okay, sorry, yeah. Let's see if 1 works. 1 plus 9 minus 1 minus 9, that is 0. So that means this option is out. Let's see if minus 1 is working. So minus 1 cube will be minus 1, plus 9 into minus 1 square will be plus 1. So 9 into 1 is 9. Minus x, that means minus minus 1, that is plus 1. And minus 9 is equal to 0. Let's check. Plus 1 minus 1 plus 9 minus 9. So that is correct. That means B is the correct answer. We don't need to check anything else. Okay. Question 6. If alpha plus beta is minus 2 and alpha into beta is minus 3 and alpha and beta are roots of the equation, which is the equation is what? So of course everything is given. We can form an equation directly. How do we form an equation? If we have sum of roots and product of roots, then the equation is just x square minus sum of roots into x plus product of roots is equal to 0. That means x square minus minus 2, that is plus 2x, plus product, that means minus 3 is equal to 0. So option B is the correct answer. Next. If u raised to 5x is equal to v raised to 5y is equal to w raised to 5z and u square is vw, then what is the value of this? You can go by assuming k and then taking log and everything, but there is a very simple way. You just need to find out u, v and w which satisfies this condition. Now see, can I just assume u as 2? Okay, so u square will be 2 square, which is 4. 4 is 2 into 2, right? So can I just assume v and w as 2 and 2? That means I am assuming everything as 2. U, v, w, everything is 2. Right? They have not given that it should not be equal, right? So that means we know that 2 raised to 5x is equal to 2 raised to 5y is equal to 2 raised to 5z, right? That means we know 5x is equal to 5y is equal to 5z. That means x is equal to y is equal to z. So x, y, z, everything is same. So can I just write x in place of y and z? So x into y means x into x, so that is x square, plus x into z is also x into x, that is again x square, minus 2 into y is also x and z is also x from this, right? So that means 2 into x, that is 2x square. So if you see, everything gets cancelled, x square plus x square minus 2x square, 0 is the correct answer, option D. So always try to see if you can put some numbers directly in question, especially in questions of first chapter, ratio, proportion, indices, logarithm, right? Next, find value of k in this equation if x is equal to 2. Now they have directly given one root, that is x is equal to 2, so we can directly put it. So if x is 2, this will be 3 into 2 square 4 minus 2k into x is 2, right? So 2 into 2 4 plus 5 is equal to 0. So that means 12 minus 4k plus 5 is equal to 0. So 12 plus 5 is 17. So 17 minus 4k is equal to 0. So k will be what? 17 divided by 4, option A. Okay. The difference between roots of the equation x square minus 7x minus 9 is equal to 0 is what? Now understand, difference in roots, alpha minus beta, let's say whatever, is given by this square root of discriminant. Square root of discriminant is what? B square minus 4ac. Okay, this is beta, alpha. Okay. So the difference between the roots is given by square root of discriminant divided by positive value of a. Okay. So what is a, b, c here? A is 1, b is equal to minus 7x, so minus 7, c is equal to minus 9. So square root of b square minus 4ac, b square is 49, minus 4 into 1 into minus 9. So that means 4 into 9 is 36. So minus 36 means plus 36. Divided by a is 1, so let's ignore that. What is 49 plus 36? 85. So option B is the correct answer, root 85. Next, 10th. The solution of this inequalities. In case of inequalities, just take care that you are not, you are changing sign wherever required. So let's rearrange this properly, just like we do for any equation. I'll take this 4 to this side and 8x to this side. So that means 6 minus 4 is 2 is less than equal to 12x minus 8x, that means 4x. Okay, I'll just rewrite it like this. So 4x is greater than equal to 2, that means x is greater than equal to, sorry, not equal to, greater than 1 by 2. X is greater than 1 by 2, that means x can be from 1 by 2 to infinity, anything. So option D is the correct answer. Okay. 11. Again, this looks complicated, but it is very simple. If you want to practice more questions like this, like I said, I have launched this app where you have 2000 plus questions available along with 2 tests and infinite practice sessions. So you can create practice sessions of any chapter, any mix that you want, and you can solve it. Your statistics and everything is tracked, how many questions you have solved, how many you got correct, and so on, how much time you studied. So do give it a try. I've given the link in description. There are questions like this, a lot of questions like this. On solving the inequalities, we get the following situation. Why I'm saying you should solve this, because inequalities questions are very easy, and in every exam there are going to be 1 or 2 questions. They will feel lengthy, but if you know the trick, then you'll get the answer quickly. Okay, so what is the trick? I mean, so we know that there is x is, okay, they should have given greater than equal to 0 and greater than equal to 0, so this is wrong, because if x and y are less than 0, that means every coordinate should be negative, so, which is not in any of the options. So the question is wrong, but let's forget about it. Let's assume it is greater than. So understand, if both the inequalities are less than type, then the graph is going to be something like this. We don't know what is equation of what line, but it is going to be something like this, right? One of the points will be 0, 0, because this is the area. So we have to find the rest of the points. First, let's solve this. 2x plus 5y is less than equal to 20. So let's assume is equal to 20. If x is 0, y will be what? 5y is 20, that means y is 4. If y is 0, x will be what? 2x is equal to 20, that means x is 10. Right? So we have these 2 points for first line. Second line is 3x plus 2y is equal to 12. That means if x is 0, y is 6. If y is 0, x is 4. Okay. Now you can see from the graph that on x-axis we have this 4, 0 or 10, 0. So of course this is going to be 4, 0, right? And similarly on y-axis we have 0, 6 and 0, 4. That means this first point is of course going to be 0, 4. That means our answer has to have 0, 4 and 4, 0. Okay, which is there in this and this. So anyway, this is gone, this is gone. So now let's see that intersection point. Intersection point is what? Solution of the lines. So either 2, 3 or this. We can directly check with 2, 3. Let's try to put 2 and 3 here. If I put 2x plus 5y is equal to 20. If I put x as 2, that means 4, plus y as 3, that means 15. 4 plus 5 is less than equal to, not equal to 20, right? 4 plus 5 is 19. So of course that is not the correct answer. So option A is the correct answer. So if you solve more questions like this process will become faster, because you just see, I wrote everything, but you don't have to write everything. You just have to identify what is the smallest x value, either for first equation or second equation. What is the smallest y value? So 4, 4, that's it. And you just have to find this intersection point by putting it in the options. So it should take less than 1 minute or maybe 1.5 minutes, and that should be manageable. Okay. Now the main chapter, mathematics of finance or time value of money, which has the highest weightage in exam. Again, like I said, in the app there are a lot of questions for practice for mathematics of finance, so do go through it. There are about 274 questions and I'm adding more and more questions every day. Okay. 12th, find effective rate of interest on 10,000 on which interest is payable half yearly at 5%. So see, for effective rate of interest, this does not matter whatever it is. Half yearly, that means we have to divide the rate by half. So 1 plus I will be 1 plus 2.5%, so 0.025. And n will be half yearly, that means 2 times a year. So 2 minus 1, that's it. So 1.025 square. How do we take square? So 1.025 into and equal to on calculator, that's it, right? Into equal to minus 1. So if you multiply by 100, you will see 5.06, which is option A. Find effective rate of interest at 10% when interest is payable quarterly. Now try by yourself first. So interest is payable quarterly, that means 1 plus. Again, 10 we have to divide by 4 now because there are 4 quarters. So it will again be 0.025. And n is what? How many quarters are there in a year? 4 quarters. So that's it. 1.025. How do you use calculator shortcut? 1.025 into and then equal to 3 times, because we have to raise by fourth power, raise to fourth power. So when we press equal to 1 time, we get square, 2 times cube, 3 times fourth power, and so on. So 1.025 into and then 3 times equal to -1. Check if you're getting 10.38%. You have to multiply by 100 if you want. So 0.1038. 14. What will be the population after 3 years when present population is 1,25,000 and population increases at the rate of 3% in first year, 4% in second year, 5% in third year? You can directly do this on calculator. 1,25,000 plus 3% plus 4% plus 5%. That's it. 140,595. Option B is the correct answer. The value of scooter is 1 lakh. Find its value after 7 years if rate of depreciation is 10% per annum. See, present value is 1 lakh. Present value into 1 plus I. But depreciation is negative, right? So we'll do 1 minus I. So 1 minus 0.1 raised to n, that is 7 years, will give us future value. That means 1 lakh into 0.9 raised to 7 will be our future value, that is depreciated value. How do we do that on calculator? Again, 0.9 into and equal to 6 times. So 0.9 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 multiplied by 1 lakhs. That gives you 47829. Closest answer is option B, 47830, just difference of some paise. B is the correct answer. Right? 16th. Simple interest is 0.125p at 10% per annum. Find time. We know that simple interest is what? Principal into interest rate, that is 10%, into time. But they have given it as 0.125p. Right? I can just cancel p. 10 by 100 means 0.1. That means n will be what? 0.125 divided by 0.1. So check on your calculator if you want, or you can just convert it. It will be 1.25 years. 1.25 years means what? 1 year and 0.25. Okay. 0.25 is easy because it is 1/4. That means it is 3 months. But if you want, you can convert it like this: 1 year plus 0.25 into 12 months. So 0.25 into 12 is 3. So 1 year and 3 months. Option A. Of course, for 0.25 it is easy, but if you sometimes get 1.46 years, then how do you convert it? 1 plus 0.46 into 12. That many months. Okay. 17. How much amount is required to be invested every year so as to accumulate 6 lakhs at the end of 10 years? This is future value of annuity, right? If interest is compounded annually at 10% rate of interest. Okay. How do we find future value of annuity? Future value of annuity regular is annuity amount into 10%. So 1 plus I will be 1.1. 1.1 raised to R, that is how much? 10 years. Sorry, N, that is 10 years, minus 1 upon I, that's it, 10%. Okay. They have already given this figure, that is, just do it on calculator, 2.59374 minus 1 divided by 10%. That should give you, don't write it down, but that means 6 lakhs is equal to annuity into 15.9374, right? Don't write it, because now what you have to do is annuity is equal to 6 lakhs into, or 6 lakhs divided by this one, 15.9374, right? So in exam, you should always save time. If you have already got 15.9374 on your calculator, then you should just take reciprocal of it so that it goes into denominator. So just press divided by and equal to, divided by and equal to, that gives reciprocal, and then multiply it by 6 lakhs. That's it. 37647. Option C is the correct answer. Okay. Again, if you have to divide this here and you already have it on calculator, then just take reciprocal and multiply it by 6 lakh. That gives you the same answer. Last 3. Difference between CI and SI for 2 years is 21. If rate of interest is 5%, the final principal is what? Okay. Now in this question, the final principal as per what is not given, CI or SI, right? So let's see what to do. If our principal is, let's say P, I don't know if by final principal they mean initial amount. If that is the case, then good. If our principal is P, then simple interest is going to be what? P into 5% into 2 years, right? So P into 0.05 into 2, that is 0.1 P. This is our simple interest. What is going to be our compound interest? That is going to be P into 1 plus I raised to n, that is 1.05 square minus P, right? Because this will give you amount and you have to subtract principal. So that gives you how much? Check. 1.05 square, that is 1.1025 P minus P, right? That means 0.1025 P. So you know simple interest, you know compound interest, you know their difference. So you know that 0.1025 P minus 0.1 P is going to give you 21 rupees. So just take P common, that gives you 0.1025 minus 0.1, that is 0.0025 P is equal to 21. So 21 divided by 0.0025 will give you P, which is 8400, which is the answer. So by final principal, I think they mean just principal. That's it, right? Okay. Present value of a scooter is 72,000. If its value decreases every year by 10%, then its value before 3 years is equal to what? Now, in this case, the present value is given as 72,000. That means today's value is 72,000. Value decreases every year by 10%, and value before 3 years, that means 3 years back, what was the value? So if today's value is 72,000, how did we get 72,000? By doing something minus 10% of something, right? So we did something and then subtracted 10%. So similarly, we did take some original figure, let's say cost is cost multiplied by, we took depreciation for 3 years, that is into 90% into 90% into 90%, right? Because 10% is the depreciation, and that gave us 72,000. So on your calculator, you can just, so why I wrote it like this, because this type of question you don't need to write anything. Just on your calculator take 72,000 divided by 90%, divided by 90%, divided by 90%, that's it, 3 times. So 98765, A is the correct answer. Last one for this video. Mr. X lent some amount of money at 4% and he obtained 4% simple interest, and he obtained 520 less than he lent. Obtained means they mean interest, okay? He obtained interest of 520 rupees less than he lent in 5 years. The sum lent is what? That means what they want to say is their simple interest was principal minus 520. But we know simple interest is principal into 0.04 into 5 years, right? So we can just solve this equation. So P minus 520 is equal to 0.04 into 5 is what? 0.2 P. That means 0.8 P is equal to 520, or P is equal to 520 divided by 0.8, which is 650, option B. Okay. I hope these questions were clear. I'll solve next 20 questions also in the next video. Meanwhile, keep practicing and we'll meet in the next video. If you have any doubts about anything that we solved, please feel free to ask me in the comments or on the Telegram channel. The link to the Telegram channel, to the app, to the WhatsApp channel, everything is given in the description and comments. Okay. Bye everyone.